Listen.
Like you popping a red pill. Ain't no time for acting. It's like camera action. Real life is a script. Real talk is what it is. Enlighten your 6 sense. We back at it again. Until you can't filter it. It's raw. Uncut, no taste.
What's going on, people? Y'all see it. Y'all know what it is.
What is it?
12 noon. Saturday. We all done made it to Saturday. We all sitting around the couch or sitting around the phone or sitting around the TV, and we watching the real,
the raw, and the motherfucking rugged.
You dig? That's how we get down in
That's
this
right.
Piece. That's how we get down on Saturday.
Yes.
Every Saturday. And if we're not here on Saturdays, you're still gonna hear our voice because we play repeats.
Yes, we have the replay.
The replay. You dig?
If you didn't visit it before, here you go right now. All right,
Yeah,
that now experience is over. So
right. So
Yes.
you're gonna hear us regardless. And on Fridays. We play repeats on Fridays too. So tune in. Live365.com. Terradome Entertainment Radio. Get with it. You can hear it. You can also get on it with real,
What?
raw, rugged. YouTube.
Get with it or you can hear it.
Now I
Now
said get with it so you can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Open them ears up over there, woman.
He's so cute.
Open them ears.
Give you that wah, wah,
No, I can't give me that. Give me this right here.
No, see, you gotta come correct. Like if you gonna do it.
Hold on. We ain't even introduced you yet. You over there. I am DJ Talented, your host of the show. And to my right, I have
Ms. Entertainment.
You better not. That's what you get right there.
Oh, I forgot.
How you gonna forget your own damn name?
I'll get ready to say the real, the raw. I'm gonna do like you. What's in that drink?
It's something in there because you showed and found it, whatever it was. It got you. Now, first we're gonna do one of these. Yeah.
Who else we got in the studio?
What your name is?
My name is Denell Porche. Hi guys.
She get one of those.
That's right.
Denell
Drum
Porche.
rolls. The
Hi
legendary.
guys. I know. How you guys doing?
Y'all don't know about y'all. Wish y'all know.
Look,
Y'all know how I go.
Well, look, I was like, real raw and rugged. I said, so what does that mean? I walk in the studio. I'm like, oh, that's what y'all mean. I see a lot of crowns sitting on the table, crowning the table.
That's right.
Yeah.
We keep it real, raw, and what?
Rugged initiative.
Nope. Motherfucking rugged. There we go.
I love it. You know, because I think this season of our life in America, we need a lot of authenticity
Yes.
and vulnerability.
And we're gonna give it to you. All's the time.
No chaser.
All's with an extra S on it. All's the time.
All the time.
You dig?
Real raw and rugged. I'm so happy to be here, though.
But that's good. That's good.
Good business.
Yeah.
I know. And, you know, I have loved meeting you ever since my introduction to y'all. And I'm just like, they so cute, the little couple. They be flirting and stuff, and people don't even think they watching. I be like, oh, they so cute.
She be rubbing on my leg.
And you be flirting with her booby. I was just like, I mean,
watch out now.
All in public.
you're so cute. I said,
I don't know
oh.
what you're talking about.
Girl.
I plead the fifth.
They're so cute, y'all. They're so cute. But yeah, well, tell me more about this place. What y'all be talking about?
Well, we gonna get into it.
I
Just
know, right?
All up in there.
I feel like I'm about to get set up. Like,
All up in there.
how many people have you slept with? I'm like, whoa.
no.
Thank you. Well,
No.
Mom, you have to leave the room.
So we're gonna talk about we don't kind of talk about, but you're gonna talk about it? What we drink.
Oh, what we drinking on? What I was drinking on, I think
Mine's
the cup.
different.
I think somebody stole my drink out of the cup.
No, ain't nobody steal your drink.
I got a sippy sip in there. I think somebody stole my drink. But we're sipping on some crown.
Cran.
Shut. Look, woman. Look, button it.
For yourself. You're right.
Some crown.
Talking about me.
Crown rural. I never could say that word right. Rural. Is it rural?
Is that
Yeah,
what you
that
say?
one.
Royal?
That one.
Yeah, moving on.
I think the drink got me.
Okay. Are we ready to move on to our hot topics? Ooh.
All right, let's move on.
Let's do it then. All right, we got some stuff to talk about.
Some stuff.
All right, hot topics. Our first one, Gabby Petito, the 23-year-old missing white girl that went on a cross-country trip with her boyfriend. Body was found and ruled a homicide. Now, let me say my heart goes out to her family, because nobody deserves to be murdered. The media constantly broadcasts her picture, and FBI is involved, which brings up the term missing white woman syndrome. So not to take anything away from Gabby's investigation, but it's wrong to focus on one particular group of races exclusively. So the missing white woman syndrome is, when a white woman gets missing, the world stops and everything and goes back, goes in there trying to look for her. But there's so many African Americans that are missing that nobody gets no shine to, So what are your guys' thoughts?
I think it should be equal, regardless if it's what color you are. If it's a missing person, it's a missing person. It shouldn't be whether the color matters to how much play they get on news compared to how much another get on news. It's just like the two little girls, the John Benet Ramsey, and then there was a black girl that died. They was baby models.
I remember the Ramsey, but honestly, I don't remember the
because they didn't put it on as much as they did for the white girl.
Okay, well, that's what it goes back to, that missing white woman syndrome. Every time a white woman gets missing, the world stops to look for her.
Well, my thing was, because again, I have been honoring myself not watching much of the news. I'm gonna put that out there.
Same.
I check in every now and then. But when I checked in, because my parents are in town, it was one of those things. I said, now, why are they harping specifically on this woman? And I was just like, is there some association to maybe a celebrity, government, or what have you? But I said specifically because, again, on social media, there's also a young man who was found dead. He was a student in a doctoral program. He was becoming an MD.
They found him?
They actually found him dead, but there was no news on him. And I'm like, isn't his life valuable as much as this lady? So for me, it was like, what was the reasoning behind so much media on this specific girl? And not saying that there should be, because everybody should have a limelight if they're transition, whatever the thing, right? Everybody should be able to be celebrated. But specifically, because I'm always asking about the why behind, because usually what I see with America now, they go like this while they doing something with their other hand. I mean, that's just been their theme. And but I was like, is there a reasoning? So do y'all know if there is a specific reason why their hope is harping specifically on this young lady?
She's was she blind?
I don't know.
I think she was blind, but she was white, pretty girl, and that's really it.
Yeah,
that's really it.
Did something happen to the boyfriend?
Oh,
they can't find him.
Yeah, he came back home and didn't say anything.
He did it.
and
then he disappeared.
He did it.
So they're looking for him right now. The last footage of news that I watched, they are still presently looking for him. Now they may have found him, but I was just like, why just her? So, but yeah, I see the syndrome, and I feel like it's a symptom of what we are currently experiencing now in America, period. So
it's always been.
Yeah.
It's always been.
How do we change that narrative, though? That's my question. Like, how do we have a different experience? Because it's like,
it's gonna take the media to have a different outlook,
a different approach.
Yeah. But we don't make the news unless it's something negative.
Right. Anything positive, you don't see us on the news.
Very much so.
If there was a black man that killed her, this face has been all over the place.
Yeah.
This face would have been on there before Charles would have been on
there.
Yep.
Yeah. My heart bleeds for the family, because
definitely nobody deserves.
But there's a young man currently who has died, becoming an MD, had been on his grind, have a loving family, well-to-do family in a sense where, his mannerisms, he's showing up in his medical career and he is currently dead and they don't know why. And there was a period of time where they weren't quick to give like details and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I'm actually watching how that is being played out because I'm like, this is not new. And how do we change that narrative as well? Because he is an asset or was an asset to our community as America as a whole. So,
Here's a suggestion because
Mhm.
we already know that it's going to take a minute if it even changes as far as the way the news look at us.
mhm.
So it's going to take us because now that we have social media, there's no reason why we can't be, hey, you see this person? You seen this person? Anybody knows anything about this person?
Mhm.
Sharing and it can go viral.
And that's what I'm seeing actually happen now because I would not have heard about the young man in Chicago. I think it was Chicago where he was in medical school. I would not have heard about him on the regular news except for social media. Or even recently watching Kelly Price, there was they were looking for her. They were looking for her,
Yeah.
couldn't find her. She finally put down a social media drop or whatever. And so she's like, okay, I've been tested positive for COVID, so I'm in a private location.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm seeing how quickly that this can be used towards our advantage. And even where I'm seeing now people's accounts being closed because of TikTok, or they're getting so much exposure and there's no reason why they're closing it down. So I feel like we are demonstrating the power that we have, but are we going to be, we're going to use it and take it to our advantage?
Now,
we get to create our own stuff now.
That's true.
We
now,
get to completely create our stuff.
I didn't know they was closing people's TikTok accounts.
Yeah, again, social media. This ain't on the news, but social media and people's commentary. And I know that there was like a boycott happening because now those who are, because you're going to hear me use certain language now, those who are considered or labeled Black, their accounts were being closed for whatever reason. There was no reason. So it's just like, it's content getting out there. They're having more influence. They're sharing different narratives so that we can actually have a change.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what's interesting too. So it's just like, who's controlling TikTok? And, anyway, I know we're probably all off topic.
No. That's good. That's good. Now
going back to the white
motherfucking rugged.
Yeah, but I hope that we would just be willing to change, including what we're seeing in the news, because there's more happening versus just the young lady who also life was possibly taken is leading towards her life.
No, I've seen this stuff, but really just getting into it. That's when I saw the other article of the mother talking about. He's like, "What about my son? He's missing." And it had a picture of him in his cap and gown.
Yep,
that is like wow. And then that's when we moved on to the missing white woman syndrome.
Yeah.
So craziness.
It's a symptom. Look, of many things. It's a symptom.
So we need a vaccine for that.
Oh. Lord, don't get me signed. I have seen so much mind illness running rampant around here. I did a drop last year on my social media and talked about mind illness. And I said, this shit is rampant. I'm like, y'all better mind your mind before it starts minding you. And there's just seeing so much fear base out here right now. But anyway, okay.
But speaking of that,
okay, go ahead.
In recent news, unvaccinated nurses have been dying of COVID. The main complaint from those that didn't trust the vaccine was that, that it wasn't FDA approved. Now that it's approved, people are coming up with other excuses of not getting vaccinated. In the meantime, unvaccinated people are dying. Now, one of the nurses, she was even on her deathbed still saying, do not take the vaccine. And I was like, and she had got kids and all that other stuff, but I was like, I don't understand, especially being in the medical profession where you just seeing people die all day long. What is it about promoting not getting vaccinated? Because I mean, we see all kind of drugs on the TV every day. Where all of these doggone they got what's the side effects is worse than actual medicine. But guess what? People take them.
Yeah.
We haven't heard all that. But you have it. I mean, I just don't understand. I'm confused.
Oh,
So go ahead, Miss Lady. You know this was for you.
You said you were gonna bring it up.
I did too. I warned you.
I know, right? So first and foremost, let's talk about the introduction of this, because I don't feel like we'll never get the exact answer. When this was introduced, and I think it was starting to show like January 2020, things like that. For me, when things start to present themselves, I give it 6 months prior, especially with dealing with the healthcare field.
Mm-hmm.
I am a healthcare worker. I am participating in the health community right now where I work. And, you know, I have come to find out that we have to respect people's decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I learned when I first got into healthcare. How do I advocate for any patient or client that I have, regardless of my own beliefs? And what I'm getting to see right now is this clash. People are just clashing. And then I'm seeing these mandates. And people have a right to believe how they believe.
True.
Whether this vaccine or whether this virus is going to harm or not. People have a right to their decision. But the questions I tend to ask to promote a line of thinking out of not rooted in fear. Because what I'm seeing right now is a clash of fear. Just fear. It's just going fear. How do we move and position ourselves to a space of joy, delight, love, so that, again, the decision and that you being right in your belief is out of love and in support of your community, whether it be your home or in the actual community itself that you live in. And so to answer your question, I really don't know what the truth is. Okay. I myself have participated and I currently am vaccinated. Do I promote it? No, because again, it's none of my business what you decide. But what I will do is offer facts and things that have come out thus now. Was I in a rush to get the vaccine? No, because again, I question everything, especially from a community called America that have not been so in high regards of trust and being honest and being in integrity. Agreed. So again, because people are people. So for me, I was not one of those participants that got the vaccine right away and being a healthcare provider or worker, because I needed to find out information for myself. So I read articles. I get the facts. I hear what my peers are saying because they are the front line at this point. Hear what they're seeing, hear what they're doing, hearing what is going on. Because anytime you get any facts off the TV, there's a lag. So there's a lag, there's a period of lag. You're not going to get real time. Right. Because again, everything is happening right now. So that's where it's like, I wish people would actually take for themselves to get centered in love versus in fear. Because right now fear is rampant. And that's why you're seeing the clash. That's why you're seeing the misunderstanding. That's why you're seeing the miscommunication. That's why you're seeing all these different things. Because when we are in fear, what do? We fight. It's fight, flight, or and be in fear. So it's those three things. So that's what you're seeing right now. And I'm just like, stop, pause, take a moment, adjust yourself, get in love, and then be able to make your decision. Because I heard somebody got hit in Texas. One of my peers got hit by a lady who happened to be labeled white, hit her because she had a face mask on. Now, if anybody knows Denell, I'm very protective.
What? Wait a minute.
Okay, right. I'm giving a whole bunch of information.
Wait a minute.
This is my synopsis, right? So one of my peers told me, shout out to Marie, she was just like, girl, I done heard this lady got hit because she was wearing her mask on her face. Now, anybody who knows Denell, I'm a very protective person, especially if I love you. Y'all would have saw a different Denell, because I'm all about being reserved and higher in the peace, but I also feel about being just. And you don't go around smacking people because they decided for themselves how they want to show up in the world. Right. It is none of your business.
Hey,
it is none of your business.
Quick return back. Slap, 2 pieces of the biscuit.
Right. And I don't know if the young lady was young or what, but when she told me the story, I said, this is where we're at. And I wish we would glean and see where we're at as a community, so that we can change whatever it is that we need to be doing at home to have a different experience. But yeah, homegirl got slapped. So
for having a mask
for
on her
having
face.
a mask on her face.
And that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. It's like
She couldn't
everybody,
lady slap.
everybody has
Slap
their
her
right
ass back.
to feel how they feel, but when your stuff impede on my stuff,
Correct.
your air impede in my air,
Accurate.
we have a problem.
Yes, yes. I said this is where the disease and illness is, where we are at in America. We are diseased and ill for the moment, including Denell, because again, whatever I see, it is also an effect of where I'm at. It tells me something. It shares something with me. So how can I have a different experience? How can I change me so that what I see out here could actually make a difference and have a change? And I'm just like, right now, we don't even have that view at this moment. So we have a lot of unpacking to do. But the vaccine itself, I cannot tell somebody to say, hey, go take the vaccine. Go do it. Do it now. Do it. What I'm going to do is provide information. So at this point in time, what I understand for this moment, you do have a lot of deaths because people are not vaccinated. However, you also do have people who are vaccinated and are having breakthrough infections and are also experiencing death.
Mhm.
So again, with that information that is gifted to you, and as we continue to get information, what outcome, what experience would you like to have? And if it's that you don't trust it, I offer look up the ingredients in your vaccines and compare them all. Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, Johnson, they had a slight fallback because again, they were having blood clots for certain situations and they paused it. We are having real-time things that are being made right now. And yes, so it'll be where us as a population will be the guinea pigs at this point. It's just a reality of it because again, it has not been tested. Now people have been getting it. You do have people who are having positive effects. Vaccines don't prevent disease, it lessens it.
Yeah, exactly.
It lessens it. I want folks to understand vaccines are not a cure.
Mm-hmm.
It is a form of protection so that, again, your body is amped up in the event that is presented with the virus. That's what I tend to explain to people, and some people still don't get that.
Mm-mm.
So I've gotten quiet. And those who can hear,
Mhm.
I will share.
Mhm.
Those who can't, because of whatever fear they're rooted in, you just don't share. Because I've also been told you don't get in the ring with people who are in their fight and flight. You don't get in the ring. You let them, and if
Let
they
them
got
do what
to
they
pass
do.
on, the things at the airport. They just did the news was doing stuff on like the incident of the airport and how people are like going off the wild and just some man was going. I said, what is happening in his world that he got to act up on the airplane and look crazy?
Is it people just want to go viral? Because it seems like all of a sudden now,
Teresa, tell me what is going on.
everybody wants their shine. They the 5 minutes of fame,
Yeah.
but whether it's positive or negative. Now the one was funny was when they had duct tape to see.
Oh
no, the guy, the flight attendant afterwards when he was talking about that.
yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Was that real? Because I saw that yesterday, like literally last night, sitting with my parents watching the news. I said, "Is this man duct tape?"
Yeah, see him as he was talking to the news folks, talking about the incident. Now he was straight funny. He is hilarious.
So what happened? Did he explain what his breakdown was? Like, did he explain?
Yeah, he was acting crazy and drunk or whatever, and then I think he put his hands on his titties, as he said. He said that's what he messed up.
You gotta know yourself. That I saw that clip because it was one of those clips, and I said, "Dad, is that a man duct tape?"
And he duct tape. Fine, I'm gonna find that clip. It is hilarious as he's talking to the news desk. Yeah. They were even laughing.
Oh my God! Yeah. So y'all, that is my perspective right now, and and even with that, people have an opinion. So that's the other thing I'm finding out. I said people have an opinion regardless what you do. So make sure that you do you well in this environment of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it that you can cultivate right now that is actually loving, caring, delightful, whatever high energy that you can create around yourself so that, again, you're being an asset to the community versus destroying it. Because right now we need people that's going to actually add assets. and benefits.
I
And
agree.
and I believe it's out there. So on the flip side, not everybody's experiencing a bad experience right now this past year. There are people that are actually doing very well,
Mhm.
and that's not being promoted. They have shared success stories as far as the vaccination is concerned, but they are just heavily inundated. At some point, people become desensitized.
Yep.
If you're overstimulated with the same message, same message, same message. But we also get to see, and I'm gonna bring this up, how STIs continue to pass on. I said people are actually demonstrating why STIs still exist because people really ain't putting on condoms. People ain't putting on protection. So I said, if people can actually apply this COVID to STIs, maybe some folks will get a better understanding. And it's just like we get to see people's behavior.
This the new fight, and I would say that from my reading, my just digging, there are way more people dying as unvaccinated than there are compared to the ones that are vaccinated and dying. And like you said, it's to help your body fight it, but it is not a cure.
Correct.
It is not a cure.
Some people I have heard they're saying, well, it doesn't cure it, so I'm not going to get it. It's just like, well, we need to have a cure. And it's just like, okay, if we even take the flu each year, you get a vaccine. Not everybody is mandated, but in the medical field, in hospitals, there are mandates for flu.
Mhm.
And so when they vaccinate you, there's parts and pieces to help to build your immune system, but it may not be the flu for that season or that year that you are being vaccinated for.
Mhm.
It is to support your immune system because they're fighters, right? They fighting it out for you so that your body continues to stay in an optimum setting. So it doesn't mean that you're not going to experience some form of illness in the event that you do get exposed to the flu, for example.
Mhm.
You might have minor symptoms because, again, it's doing its work. When you get the temperature, it's causing your environment to go up in temperature. So therefore, it makes the virus or anything that intervenes uncomfortable.
Yep. So they
That's
can go
a
on
response,
Mhm.
right? So it's understanding the immune response so that, again, your body is fighting to remain in an optimal state. And you got all these mechanisms that are there to support you. But we also have help when it comes to vaccines. Because I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Because I know when I was young, I was getting the MMR and stuff like that. And I'm sure there were some questions around it, but I got it.
We got it as kids.
So
you took it and you wanted to go to school.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I respect everybody's concerns.
Yeah.
People have had valid concerns. And if anything, if you can go educate yourself, not just with social media, go ask somebody that's a trusted friend that you either is a nurse or a doctor, NP, physician assistant. It could be somebody who's a respiratory therapist. There's so many people that function in the whole of healthcare. And if it's somebody that you trust, go talk to them. Yeah. Somebody that might have a little bit more insight, because not every healthcare provider also knows what's going on either.
That's true. We're still human
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So that is my spiel.
Yeah, that's okay.
Did that cover that?
You covered it thoroughly.
Spill, right?
We covered it thoroughly. All right, one more hot topics. So, of course, we lost another icon in comedy, AJ Johnson. Most know him as his role is Ezel in Friday. Now, the issue surrounding his death is his wife taking to social media, which is the devil sometimes, calling out his so-called fans, talking about showing fake love because they wasn't donating to her GoFundMe account. Now when she did the social media thing, it was like at $2,600. Right before that. Now, last time I looked, it was at $53,000. So people has been giving, but the question is, was she right to go to social media calling out folks because they don't want to give to, his funeral? Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's responsible for themselves. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't have that in place, where is a policy or the money, is it my responsibility to pick up your bill? Just because I liked you, I saw you on TV?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let me see. I'm gonna give a example, and I'm finding that more people may not know this example, but you remember that in the Bible? I don't know if everybody read the Bible, but where the people brought in Jesus and they were like, Jesus is here. Ooh, and they so excited. Ooh, yes. Okay, right. They just was amped up, and then sometime later it was just like quiet as cricket. You know, it what I have found for myself, you have to be in peace before you ever start anything and be able to find yourself in whatever scenario or situation, whether you're getting praise or wherever it's silent and mute for a moment. So I hope there's a lot of expectation on people when it comes to fans and people. I'm sure it was coming from a place of hurt because it's just like, I thought you were going to be there. I thought you were going to be there when he was in the limelight and then when he wasn't. So I hope she can find some peace.
Evidently they wasn't, because if he'd have no money.
Yeah. It's, it's not our responsibility, but it's just like, it's the view. So it's just like she has an expectation that everybody need to be there. I thought you loved him. I thought
you cremated his ass is less than $5,000. That is.
Yeah, she had an expectation though.
But that's her expectation.
Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of people go to GoFundMe's because of this and because of that. There's a lot of people that do it for just to get money from people.
Mm-hmm.
Now she did say she wanted for a funeral and to give something to the kids.
Hold on, bitch. Now, you're doing a little bit too goddamn much, man. You want people to help you with the damn funeral, that's okay.
Nope.
And if they feel like they want to do something for the kids, that's okay. You cannot demand nobody to give you money on your GoFundMe.
Yeah, because she call y'all fake friends, fake fans.
Well, okay then. That's why you ain't got none.
Well, and I'm just
she got 53,000 now.
Well, my thing is, and what are you gonna do with that? Because now you got another opportunity to break what they call break patterns. Because I'm just like, what did y'all do with the first amount of money that y'all made? Mm-hmm. Did you put something off to the side?
Evidently not.
Did you put a trust? Do you know about estates? You know,
they do all this extra shit.
Because they said his worth was $100,000. Yeah, that's what the internet said. Now I ain't in his bank account.
I ain't either.
But
still, now you got this $100K.
No, that's his worth. That means he might have had a little bitty ass house or somebody or whatever.
Well, it don't matter. You got that, and then you got this 53,000. You can't dividend and
I'm telling you,
mix that up between the children. Put it in the trust fund so that shit can grow.
I just hope people learn like everything is not what it seems in media or the association of just because a person is in front of camera because they're known that their affairs at home personally are in order, whatever order is. And then it's just like, the way you living, like, how are you living? How are you supporting each other?
Some people live beyond their means.
Now, when it first came out that he was actually in the morgue and for a while before they even figured out, because he died in a store and he didn't have no ID on him and they didn't know who he was.
Why are you in a store with no ID?
That was the first stories that I heard. Now I can't find those now. So it's like, oh, interesting. Mm. Very interesting.
But you see how much information be out here, and it can be either false or fabrication. So, and somewhere in between, there's the truth. Somewhere.
The truth is, he died with no money, and now they begging for some money.
Yeah.
And then she want money for her, the kids. But I don't know. But I'm as a fan, I am a fan, but it's not my responsibility.
Yeah.
I don't feel it's my responsibility. Now, if she'd have came like, hey, I need this, and can y'all, that's a different. But when you talking about y'all fake fans and all this, I was like, wait, hold on.
She got a sense of entitlement.
Exactly.
Let's see you do a GoFundMe. Don't nobody know his wife like that. They know him.
Didn't even know he was married.
Yeah.
With kids.
You do a GoFundMe. See how much money.
All we knew was Ezel.
And I guarantee you, she ain't gonna send you no money.
All we knew was Ezel.
Well, then the other thing I kind of like, was there any financial education like that was
Yeah.
on either part, you know? And that's where I feel like, again, there's some things that we need to discuss in America. Like, people need to understand, like, what financial education, including myself, I had to take inventory what my education as far as finance is concerned. Like, am I taking care of home in addition to being out here, being an artist and loving on myself and stuff like that? Am I also honoring myself and understanding and having the literacy part of it? So, and then people having the opportunity, because I'm sure there was an opportunity, and was it taken? Or did they continue in the pattern of how I do live? Okay, now I've made it. So then, like,
They
how
ain't
do you
make it.
educate your first? Yeah,
They didn't make it.
yeah,
It's all in how you set your future up.
yeah.
If you don't set your future and kids' future and all that type of stuff up for years to come, then you fucked in the game anyway.
Other than, and then the other thing is, baby girl, now you may have to work.
Well, she was working anyway.
Oh, was she working?
Yeah, she had a regular old job. I told you we ain't know nothing about her until
Ooh.
Ezel died. Cause then she talking about I gotta take care of all this by myself. Well, you legally was still his wife, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
gotta
happens
take care of it
when.
by yourself.
Look, ain't that right, Mama, Dad? Look, shout out to Dad. You know, so you know, it's about the union. Like, what you know what I'm finding about people, and this ain't talking about y'all as a couple, by no means, but what was the agreement when y'all became a couple? Was there any discussion of the agreement? How do I serve each party, talking about how we serve each other, how we building together, what are we doing? And then it's just like, because I've had to question those things in past relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Why I'm even signing up to begin with to relate to you. How do I relate to you? And so I just wonder, was that discussion had as well? Most likely not.
Probably not.
I don't want to assume.
All she got to do is just have like a church service, throw them over there in that cremation,
Oh God.
and go
Oh.
ahead on dig him a little hole.
Is it
Hey,
sometimes that simple? Is
it is.
that
I've done it.
simple?
Have done it.
Hey, hold on, wait.
Is that the Leo coming out of here?
That's that Libra.
Oh, Libra. There we go. Libra. Okay.
Hey, look, you're not digging no damn hole. Throw me up there. No,
Matter of fact, you was with me with one of them.
Don't put me in this. I am not the what the police say, assistant to the murder or something. I'm not him. I'm not him.
Throw him on in that cremation. I give you a nice little hole right there.
Oh God. Okay, there you is. There it is.
You with your folks.
I don't know that lady.
You married? Look.
I don't know that lady.
But I even told him, but he think I was joking. Do not spend that money on no casket. Just you putting money in the ground. You want to have a ceremony for everybody to come in, but also I told him I'm very serious about this. I want security at the door. If you did not like me while I was living, I'd be damned if you come and be kicking.
How you gonna regulate and you done transition?
Oh, I told people
this
person off the list.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm serious.
Oh,
and the reason
is different.
Now the reason why I say that, I was at a funeral, at my cousin's funeral, with my family. One of my other cousins sitting here talking shit about her, and she landed. Well, she was cremated, but at her funeral, and I said, "Oh my God!" I'm looking at her, and she's really sitting here at the funeral talking shit about this girl that just lost her life.
Yeah,
she had a seizure, ran off and died.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, you will not be at my funeral." And I told them, people that did not like me when I was alive, I need security at the door. Check off. Y'all can come.
I'm glad I got an invitation. You know what I found? I don't know, because I guess because of me getting into like that middle age that they talk about and exploring my 40s joy, I really have come to the determination and conclusion that funerals anywhere for the living is not for the people that have moved on, because I can't do nothing no more. I'm complete. I done did what I'm supposed to do. I have honored life as much as I could, so I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Said I'm coming back and I'm haunting you if you do not have a checklist at the door.
Oh my God.
They need to have an invitation. I am so serious about that.
Hey,
You and your wife.
I heard she been saying it since we've been together. Look,
I need security. And I need them to be escorted, turn around. No.
you gotta write that in your will.
Who that sound like? Who that sound?
Right.
Please
I
write
I like,
that
you
down.
know, I did not like that bitch. Why is she sitting up in here?
Go hunt him.
I'm hunting.
Oh,
We kidding, but I'm so serious about that.
yeah.
But I thought that was so disrespectful.
I can
Even
see-
though
yeah,
she didn't, of course the girl is gone.
right.
But that's so, and I'm, into this, I don't really deal with that cousin, honestly.
yeah.
I don't deal with her. And but that was I was at awe that I'm sitting here, even though
You're
she
so
wasn't,
disturbed.
I know I wasn't by her, she wasn't talking to me, but I could hear her.
Yeah.
And I was
Okay,
like,
okay.
I was like, I'm at awe that she's sitting here talking about this girl that just lost her life with a child. She had 2 kids,
right.
still underage, but yet you sitting there fixing your lips
Mm.
to have something negative to say about this girl.
Why are you talking?
Somebody
You just
slow
came back
this
from
up.
your grandmother. Fix your lips.
Mhm.
You fixing your lips.
Fixing your lips, talking about this girl at her own funeral. I said, oh, hell, you will not be in anything of mine.
Well, when people hear about people's passings, you get to see different seasons of where people came from.
Now,
you know?
you see a whole lot. Now,
Yeah.
I don't like funeral, but when I have to go, oh, that's a comedy show.
For real.
It is a comedy show.
Like seeing like all the people like coming in. Like, because to me, I was just like, as I have gone to funerals, and God bless everybody, I said, I truly get to see people's seasons in their life. So it's just like one season they might have been ratchet, but in the next season, I said they all up in the church. I'm like, this is beautiful. And I don't know. It's like a testament of people's walks. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Girl, one of my
Seasons
biggest
change.
laughs was at a funeral. I
ah,
was sitting up there crying. They thought I was crying about the funeral. Sure was not.
you were not kind of
And I'm gonna say it was so damn funny to me.
really. God.
I went to it. Hold on, let me
You
tell you this
gonna
So
story.
please, because I'm like, tell me more.
So it was my cousin's wife's sister. She died of a drug overdose.
Okay.
Right. And they sitting in front, and me and my other cousin, the snores were very loud. And then I was holding the youngest son. He was what, 3, 4, somewhere around in there.
Yeah.
So as soon as everything got quiet, the child went to sleep.
Okay.
Then he started like, so they all looking at every time we get quiet,
Oh,
I'm like trying to shake him real, lightly, like, come on, baby, wake up. Everybody looking at me like, who is this? Because he's laying down. You can't see him. He's laying in my lap.
oh.
Everybody thinking you back there.
With your eyes open. Snoring with your eyes open.
I'm crying because you look at everybody looking around like, who is this? Girl, I was in there crying. Soon as it was over, he wakes up.
I'm rested.
I swear, every time it got quiet,
Oh no.
he was loud. And I'm telling you, when you look around at everybody like, who the hell is that snoring?
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm sure there's some like comedy out there somewhere with funerals. It was like,
Oh, I can tell you some stuff.
oh my God, really? Mine have been pretty much mournful, but
Oh,
I haven't
no,
seen
I-
no, like
I've
comedy,
seen 'em.
comedy. Yeah.
I've even been in one myself.
Oh God.
Well, because there's one aunt that I don't like.
Oh, did you act up? Oh.
She gonna get up there and tell me the repast at my house. No, it's not. Continue. I'm talking to the preacher. Continue.
No.
It's like, no, it's not.
So she was trying to tell you that
She's trying to
wasn't
tell
okay.
the church
Yeah.
that it's so everybody coming to her house. No, we not. No, we not.
What? Oh God.
And she looking at me. I'm looking at her.
And y'all have
Continue.
in front of everybody.
In the church. I ain't care.
Oh,
Didn't like her. Never liked her.
I think that's the
She ain't
most
like me.
authentic. Yes. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Where we at?
The devil is in the church.
I know, right?
It was that day. It was because, and then everybody got a comment
Right.
talking about, well, why don't you do this? I say, you ain't put in on this. So whoever has to go move. I have the money.
Right.
So guess what? It's going to be about what I need or what I want.
Right.
The actuality, what was that? I think it was from my grandmother. It was from my uncle. So he sent me the money and he said, this is what I need.
Yeah.
And everybody like, you ain't put in on this, man.
You find out actually a lot when people start to leave this plane. Yeah, and the illnesses and the effects that are actually happening in families. I just be like, Lord.
Now you want it to be handled and nobody feelings hurt and I don't care.
Yeah,
you
the person. I'm gonna send it to you. I said, please go tell Teresa. go let
because it's the difference when we have a job to do.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's just like, no, I gotta execute that. And I think that's one of the things I recently learned, especially working with y'all. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to execute in this way. So I get that. I'm like, I can't hear nothing else.
Yeah. I told you when she's like, hey, I need you to be that, make sure this and this. And I said, okay, now you're asking me. I was like, now I'm about my business.
Yes, you are.
So I was like, now.
And it was executed.
I was like, I don't know, some people's feelings might be hurt, but I need it done and I need you to get it done.
But it was easy and flow though. That's what I appreciate. I said overall it was easy flow. At least that's what the feedback I'm getting from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And people overall had a phenomenal time. So
yeah. I told her about that doggone glass. Though I said that was the only bump we had.
I was like, okay, we can let it go. We don't have to do it. See, I'm a person I've learned because I used to be a person very rigid and it had to be this way. And my sight was very much like that. And I had to learn that life is flexible.
Very
so
flexible.
How do I invite myself to be flexible with it?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that day I was like, okay, let it go. We have another opportunity to create a different story. So yeah. That's all right. Shout out to all the people that are experiencing death right now. Because again, death has so many meanings. Because it shows up in so many forms, not just physical. So
and I also
at ease.
I also think it's a defense mechanism too. Okay. That I always look for something that's hilarious.
Okay.
Just to keep to going into that sadness.
Okay. I get that. You know, sadness ain't that bad.
I don't like it.
I know.
I don't like it.
Most of us don't, but I have found that I have ran from feelings that quite honestly honor us if we choose to be with it, because eventually it will pass. And most of us as human beings, we are running from feelings that we don't want to feel. And it's just like, it's the very feeling that you're running from is where your success is and where your breakthrough is. But, some people don't know that.
Yeah, you're right. But in the funeral, I'm looking for the funny. Even at
that's your deflect.
Yeah. Even at my father's funeral, he's like, anybody want to come up and say anything? Everybody looking around. Ain't nobody come up.
You see how your wife is
She's abnormal.
And then somebody came up talking about something, but really didn't have nothing to do with it. It's like, what we doing? Can we just go ahead and just end this? Oh my God. He got some fire to get to.
Hurry up, I gotta go to
wrap this up.
He got some fire to get to.
I told my parents, I said, if I go before y'all, please burn me down to ashes and send me off to the ocean. Because I said, I realized I'm very much of a free bird. And I said I was never to be limited to begin with. And so please don't put me in no damn grass, because I'm just like, fly me to the ocean. It could be the nearest ocean so that I can.
I want Fort Lauderdale.
You want Fort Lauderdale?
I want Fort Lauderdale.
Well, hey,
that's what I want. I want that.
Jamaica.
I want Fort Lauderdale. I love me some Fort Lauderdale.
Yo.
All right, let's go ahead on and move this on. would you do? So as we've been talking about, blah blah, we talk about a lot, but if a relative dies and you are the person in the family that has the money, but you don't really know this person that died, and everybody looking at you, hey, can you go ahead and take care of these funeral expenses? Would you pay for the funeral? Now, you really don't know that person, but you the one with the money.
If I don't have no knowledge of this person being my family,
So what you do?
no.
But you know they're your family because you seen them, but you know them, but you don't know them. You know what I mean?
I would pitch in.
No, you the one got the money, so
I
they
don't
look.
give a damn. I ain't finna be the only one putting money on this man's head or woman's head and shit. Y'all know them better than I do. I'll give you 2 pieces of biscuits. Hell that.
My happy ass is always trying to find or finding the higher road. So I would be yes. But it would be the most honorable and least paid out experience as much as possible.
So he got to take that fire.
Damn. Or because they now have the pods where you can bury people under a tree in a pod because it's supposed to be the most natural thing. Have y'all seen that? No, you haven't seen. Okay, so it's this pod. So they put you in the pod. So it's not like your regular casket. It's like a little oval thing, and out it comes like a tree. So I like stuff like that. So you're replanting the tree. You're saving the earth. So you got all these different benefits that your body.
They with that fire, and then put them in the ashes. Then you can put it underneath that tree.
Oh, okay.
Then you put your whole pod.
I don't know you like that.
Oh,
I got a couple dollars. I got 5 on it.
What you say? I got 5 and then some. I got 5 and then some. I also saw so the tree pod, you got the burning of the ashes, and then you have some people just throwing folks in the dang grave and just be like, I'm good.
Because all they're going to do is they put them in the casket. They put the casket in the ground. So when the people move, they take their casket back and they put them in a wood box and throw them back in the ground.
I think that's what happens, y'all. Do we actually know the process of funerals? For real? Do you actually know?
All that money you paying, that casket is still being taken.
I can
toss your ass in a box and leave you in there.
Well, I found out that our family, I guess it'd be the family plot. What's it called? The family where you bury everybody.
Plot.
It was plot.
I think that's a plot.
It's one of those things where they were moved. So I was just like, well, did y'all really move all the bodies? Or you just moved the headstone?
What was that, poltergeist?
Right. Or how many cities that we are actually built over right now? Because I'm just like, we were not the first people here in these states of America. There were plenty of societies moved through, whether we want to believe that or not. We were not the original people.
Right.
So anyway, I would help. I definitely would help. I would support with the least amount of expenses. I'll say like that. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna carry that full burden. I was like,
I think I'll do a tree. I get the tree.
I contribute to date with that fire.
Okay.
So
a blaze.
I'm gonna contribute $5. You better get the rest from somebody else.
Oh Lord, just 5. We can't get 10. $10.
All right.
$7.50.
Move it on. All right. So a viral video showing Border Patrol agents on horseback attempting to stop migrants from crossing the Rio Grande sparked, strong reactions across the country. So most of the headlines, they say that the Border Patrol agents were using whips to threaten and intimidate the migrants, but some horse experts disagree, of course. They said that these whips are used really to control the horses. Now, me being a Western fan, mainly Clint Eastwood, this is true. You see them with the things, whipping folk, whipping the horse especially when they're trying to move it fast. But in that instance, when you saw the video, I said,
Shit out them goddamn people. Get your ass with
And then he said that the Haitian guy grabbed the horse rein, and that's why he was trying to get him to stop so he wouldn't bring down the horse.
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah. I would want you to tell that to my face and see how believe you. I've been like, do you really believe that story, that in your moment of fear and trying to round people up and you being aggressive, that you were using the whip solely
On the horse.
on the horse?
And why you beating up the horse? The horse ain't done that.
The horse ain't did nothing.
I thought the ones you tug this way, tug this way.
Well, I know horse on, and I know animal lovers.
Mm-hmm.
And they not gonna swing with the whipping of the horse. So even for you to part your mouth, I'm sure the animal activist is on your ass right now. So let alone these people. But I'm just like, how in the world? Yeah, it's a sad state of America. I just watching this. That
America's a big lie. A lot of lying for no damn
the
reason.
big hell.
Now Maxine, what's her name? Maxine Ward. She said that's worse than slavery. I was like,
Slap yourself.
I'm not gonna say that.
Slap yourself, Maxine.
Maxine said that?
Yeah.
Auntie Maxine said that.
Slap yourself, Maxine.
Now they only played that little clip, so it might be some other context behind that.
Sure.
But now, like, now the closest we've ever seen to slavery in our times, I would agree with that. But I don't think anything worse than slavery. I'm sorry.
But y'all, there's still people who are being enslaved to this day right now.
True.
And it's not even being aired
Talked about.
as much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, this whole aspect where we believe that we are 100+ years removed from slavery would be inaccurate.
Yeah.
It's the delusion. But to say, it makes me sad to see the differences that are done. Because I said we just came off the month now where the Afghans was just received with open arms because they trying to run from that Taliban. And I said, if I was a Taliban member and I'm just like, and y'all are running from me like that, wouldn't that cause me to question how it is folks see me? But I'm just like, people don't
No, because they're extremists.
They're extremists, but damn.
They said whatever they doing is right.
But nobody wants to stay. Nobody. You got people that are, and I can't say nobody because that's a general statement, but most your people who work specific skill sets to keep your country going don't want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
That should tell you something. I hope
that they're against Allah. That's all that's because they're extremists.
That's sad. But I said America need to stay out of people's business. I said
I've always said that.
Asses.
Yeah.
We are some nosy asses. But it makes me sad to see that. It makes me sad to see how we are treating people, because at the end of the day, you don't know what assets those folks have. And quite frankly, Haitian people have been an asset to America for a long time, and it's knowing your history and how it's played in America, how they have supported America. And it's just like, and it's sad. And it's just like, again, it goes to the whole American theme and how America has showed up itself originally.
Well, you think they're still mad because wasn't they the first ones to revolt against
yeah.
slavery?
I said, come on, y'all.
So they still mad.
They said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to participate.
Like, oh, okay.
And I'm just like, and honestly, this is my hypothesis. We have all these stories about enslaved people, us as a people being enslaved back in such and such. I feel like there were far more revolts, more than what the narrative is out here. I said, y'all are lying to people that it was where everybody, the submissive that they want us to be portrayed as. Mm-hmm. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Just like the massacres. There's been a shitload of massacres.
There was a lot of massacres. Yeah. I said, y'all are not telling. And I said, that's why people have been scared. Because I said, if anything is experienced, and this is what I have found again in my own studies, it's just like, you may not remember, but your cells remember. And the cells of our forefathers remember. It's passed down because of DNA, genetics. We pass things down, behavior, and what has been experienced. So our cells know. Our cells know what the real story is.
What the real is.
Real. They know. They know very well.
All right, moving on. All right, let's talk about it. So let's talk about Mr. Denell. Oh,
are you serious right now?
Yes, we
I
are.
wasn't even ready.
I know. You are an author. You write poetry. You sing. You're an overall entertainer. So, what made you decide to? Now, you've already revealed that you're in healthcare.
Okay.
What made you decide to really pursue a career in entertainment?
Oh my gosh, I have been in pursuit probably since I was a young child because I have always had the knack of wanting to perform. My mom tells me that all the time. Like I was dancing since 2. So it was 12 years at Nellie Lou, shout out to Fairfield, Ohio, where I was dancing. I could pick up quickly.
Mhm.
And then from there, being church choir, going to Tuskegee University, shout out to TU, being the Golden Voices. And it's just always been there. It's been a part of me, but sometimes I would not take it seriously. So like
Mm.
20, I think it was 2014, 2015, I was working on the floor. And all of a sudden, I heard this thing because I believe in hearing stuff, and I'm not crazy. It said, this ain't it, because I wanted to be the full time nurse as I was doing and avoiding. I didn't want to participate, and it was like, this ain't what it is. And I said, I know, and I said, but I don't know how to go do that. I'm scared. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard in a way that I don't understand because this is what has been told to me and I could be very successful at it. So mine was an internal fight. Even though I was performing at that time, I was still writing. To take it on and to be seen was very scary to me because of my own insecurities. But in 2015 is when I decided to make a commitment. And that's when it's been a building block. So I started off with something called the SOAR experience, SOAR with 3 S's. I will somehow, in some way, with some effort, overcome all rifts. And building from there, where having shows and only one person show up or 5 people show up, nobody show up. And it's been this process, and I was heavy and been heavy in the poetry community. 2017, I put on something called the Journey to or it was a SOAR experience, but I got together with the Lightresses. Shout out to them, J. Renee Kamaria, and we wrote a script. The journey to unsung, the journey to unrevealed love. And that was an experience because, again, it's a form of entertainment. And then from there, it was like we went through, pitched the same script to was it Atlanta? I'm getting all my things confused, but it was a festival. And it was about the arts and theater. We pitched it, got in, had a sold out audience with that particular script.
Nice.
So it's been this building block, and then being one of the directors on the Day of the Poet. So just being around, I've been more on the production side. But last year I was about to actually stop, y'all, because I was there was aspects where I was feeling resentful, and I'm very open because this journey, this process, the commitment to do this has been a war until where I became submissive to it. And so because I wanted it to look a certain way, it's just like, well, I want people to come see me and this message is good. And it doesn't work like that. No. You got to build it. And so last year was resentment. I know 2020 was about COVID, but it shot a lot of people down, me included. I had to restructure some things, rethink some things, review some things, let go of some things, add to some things to where us got introduced. And so it's been an experience, but yes, I'm an entertainer and I just love to create. I know that was long, but I like telling stories, but I love to create. And so last year was a revamp. I hired on an artist and development person. Shout out to Venus Rain Agency, to where about 6 months I was able to develop some things. And really it was unpacking the fear around being open in such a way that I would like to see it, how I wanted to express. And what we experienced last week, bringing the poetry, the singing, the acting together and in video. Because I'm just like, this is what I would like to do. And we got to do it. And, it was fun and loving. So it's been a building process. So I'm definitely looking forward to do more singing because a lot of people don't know that I actually sing.
No, you don't sing. Your ass sang.
Okay, sang.
With an A.
With an A. Sang. But y'all have been a part of that process, like unpacking that, being vulnerable, where people just go out there and sing and they hit whatever note. I'm like, I gotta be perfect. And I've had to unpack that. I've had to release that because it's not about the perfection. It's about just being open and available. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it has been an interesting state of affairs. And I'm just like, yeah.
So yeah. So while you get back on camera,
I know, right? There I am. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Did your phone die?
No, but I think it's about to. Anyway, it looks like it's about to die. I got 20% left.
Nah, you still got a little bit more
I got
time.
some of that? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
But I
So
still
what would
need
you
you.
want to
And
know?
we're kind of move this along.
Okay,
but I still
we
need
talking
your.
too much. Okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We could leave that. Leave that. I just need you to get back on camera.
Okay.
But while
don't
you,
see me?
yeah.
I see me. Okay, yeah.
I don't see you. But
You don't see me because they want to be seen.
It needs to be seen. But I'm sure everybody can hear while you get back on camera.
See me
No, you're gonna have to go through the same thing that you went through. Yes.
over again. Here we go. Yes.
So while you're doing that, is there been anyone that you would say inspired you?
Oh, girl, yes. I listened to a lot of Mahalia Jackson and Billie Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say those were my influences. But, I saw like the Whitney Houston.
Still get back on camera while you're talking.
Okay. Shoot. Yes. Get up on that camera.
Yes.
I watched a lot of Whitney Houston. I watched a lot of Michael Jackson and Prince. And I love to, wait a minute, allow. Yes, I'm going to allow that. Yes, okay. Yes. Can you see me now?
Not yet. That is the entertainer Denell Porche while she's trying to come back on camera.
I don't even know what is happening right now because it gives me an opportunity to say stop, Cam. Okay. But I'm influenced by a lot. I love the early 90s neo soul, like your Jill Scott. I was an Erykah Badu fan for the longest, still am. When she was like, when she was singing a lot.
There she
Am I there? Okay, you can hear me?
There she is. Yay. She's back.
Okay, I'm back. Because, girl, I be struggling with the technology at times, so forgive me. But Erykah Badu, she's I have this vision where there's certain specific women that I would love to work with, and I see it. It's like a you. And there's different things. It's about healing work. Because again, at the end of the day, my root is healing. I want people to heal, whatever it looks like, whatever form. And I see these artists and I'm included in it. So one of my dreams is to be able to work with these specific women who are songstress. And I just see it. It's very real to me. But I just love music. I love music. I did not treat myself enough to be with the music. So it's been a process of writing and learning how to write musically, not just poetic form. I have teachers. So shout out to John Soul, as well as Miss Lisa Rosemont, who have been my teachers, my core, since probably 2008 and 2010. So it's not where it's been like, hey, I just arrived. It has definitely been a process. So yeah, I just love to create. Whoever want to create me, just come to me.
So in that creative mind, tell me your thought process for shaving your head, because I've seen pictures with you having hair.
Yes.
But now you do not have hair.
Correct. That has been a process. Last year I shaved my head. I was experiencing for myself something called CCA, which is one of my, a doctor that was working with me. Shout out to Dr. Hill, Nikki Hill, dermatology. And I said, before I go and shave my head 2 years prior to that, let me at least exhaust all options to be able to save my hair. So what was going on with my head is that my head would become inflamed and it was suffocating the follicles. So yes, there is alopecia, but I was always a person who wants to know the reason why this has come about. And so again, I pretty much experienced where my hair started thinning. So I went through the process with Dr. Hill as far as using different medications to open up like the follicle, break up some of that collagen that's covering the follicle and see if my hair would grow back. It got to a point where it was coming out more. So April 2020, I was like, it's time for me to free myself. Now, of course, that's the condition I was under, but that had a different meaning. The whole meaning was that I was actually gaining my freedom back. Because at the time I was dealing with limitations in thought, how I was not pretty, how much I was not enough. I was very much brutal to myself and my thought pattern when it came to hair and how vain I had become. because again, I'm not allowing myself to be my authentic self. So I had to lose my hair in order to gain me and see me.
Mhm.
So right now, currently, my hair is shaved. I don't necessarily know what my next steps are because I was like, well, let's just remove all the damn follicles. And I just rocked the bald head. But it's the first time where I actually got to see me. But even in me shaving my head was a process because it was uncomfortable. Even though I felt empowered. Yes, girl, your face is just so pretty. Yeah, but I don't see what you see. So it's been a process.
Well, girl, I didn't know it was all that. I thought it was the
Most
creative of.
Girl, no.
I thought she wanted to be the black Sinead O'Connor. What's her name?
Well, but in that, it has been an authentic experience.
Like
to
her is just
where
that freeing.
It is very freeing, very much so. I hate that it had to become in a condition in order for me to see me, but I would not now take it away because I see where I'm seeing me. Fuck everybody else.
Mhm.
I see me now. And it's just like, and right now that's enough.
Sometimes God has his ways because you
Okay.
wasn't seeing it and you been trying to tell you.
I wasn't.
And she's like,
I
okay.
don't want to listen.
And he said, okay, you wait right
Just
there.
stay right there. I'll be right back.
I got something for you.
I got you something right in this back pocket.
And now you where he wanted you to be.
Yeah.
Seeing you.
Yeah. So I don't know what my hair path is in store. I just know that I'm loving me and
It doesn't
liking
even
me.
matter.
It doesn't, honestly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because I'm like, people love my ass anyway. They was just like, because one of my instructors, he was like, I thought I would see you different, but he said, no, I just see you. And I said, very much so. So, you know, it speaks to my walk. And I just want others to be encouraged. So that's why it's just like, you'll see me many times have my head wrapped because one of my reverends, they shared some spiritual aspects to it because I can tend to get not grounded. So occasionally you will see most of the time me wrapping my head, and it's not about being ashamed. It's just like if I want to wear my head out, I will, and if I don't, I'm gonna wrap it up because I might
maybe just maybe cold. That's all right.
It's some of those as well because when I shave my damn locks, ain't nobody told me my head would be cold.
Yes, it would be
nobody
cold.
told me at all. And then
there ain't nothing but skin.
Right. But then somebody was just like, but your ass didn't tell nobody you were going to shave your damn head. I said, that's true. So it was a mixture of things, and it has a mixture of meetings. But I just hope that as I continue to walk and be a demonstration of myself, others will walk as their authentic self. Because I see where we are in a state where people do not like themselves. And I was a part of that for a period of time.
Ooh,
so, yeah.
I'm kind of going to talk about that later on.
Bring it.
But no, I got it later on.
Okay.
But yeah. So what is what is your goal? What is your end goal as far as in this entertainment industry? Because I mean, there's so many ways you can go.
That has been the story of my life. I said it's too many damn entryways. My goal is to share as much content that whoever needs to hear a form of something of encouragement, they can get to. That is my goal. So whether I am speaking poetry, whether it's written poetry, whether you see me expressing in acting, whether it is that I am singing vocally, you are encouraged. There's one thing that your view, your senses, your thinking, your thought has shifted for you. Whether it is to laugh a little bit more, or you walk away feeling different about yourself to where you can go home and celebrate you for the first time. That is my goal. And I have come to find out that is my ministry. And it didn't even have to be in church. Because that's what I fought for a while. Because many people, because of them knowing me, they were just like, well, maybe you should start in the church. And I said, I don't want to start in the church. God bless the church, but I don't want to start in the church. And I said, and there was a reason for me being so adamant about that because I was raised in the church, loved the church home I was in, but I saw the inconsistency. And so it's full circle right now. But, I'm my walking ministry right now.
And I guess for me, the church keeps you in a box and you're not that box person.
That's the other thing vocally, because right now you guys are in one of my birthing processes because I still don't know my identity in regards to singing. I'm just like, do I go neo soul? Do I do gospel? I don't fit there because a lot of the stuff that I do talk about is rooted more in spirituality. So I haven't even identified for myself the type of singer. And my dad simply, after us leaving Saturday, he was just like, "Why don't you just go sing and then it'll come to you?"
I
said,
agree.
But that's
Yeah.
that fight. Y'all have seen that fight, even coming to the studio. Y'all have seen that fight, and it's just versus trusting what is just coming out, and it'll formulate itself. So I've had a lot of trust issues.
I see, and
Yeah.
trust in yourself.
I-
That's the biggest
Very
one.
much so.
Yeah.
No, you just go whatever that path takes you.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep saying you're not a box person. So stop trying to put yourself in a box.
Right. Okay.
Get the hell out the box.
Get out.
Oh yes.
Be
So,
free.
Well, so Saturday, because I keep referencing Saturday. So y'all, Saturday, I got the awesome opportunity to work with Terradome Entertainment on top of a whole host of other people. Shout out to Jay Renee, who is the thrifting queen. Shout out to Miss Brittany, who is a fabulous makeup artist. Shout out to Teresa and Kion, who is a beautiful team. Shout out to Miss Brenda, who was the director for that day, because I knew I had to make a step somewhere. And I had to lean into something that it feared me the most because I had to be in front of a camera. And even though I've been seen on many stages, it scared me because again, you're now capturing my essence and me seeing me myself physically. But last week I got the awesome opportunity.
Stop being screwed.
I know. Shout out, but last week I had the divine opportunity to be able to actually create a music video for one of my songs. And still, one of these songs were created in 2018, but we remade it. Kion supported me in that. And, now I get to do the post-productions of stuff and understand what that means. So honestly, I am learning right now to just go with the flow and be okay with it, what it looks like.
Yeah.
Go with the flow, but I still, like I told her before, I need you to be in control of this flow. Because at the end of the day, this is your destiny.
Right.
And I need you to be in control of that destiny.
I receive that. I receive that. And in many indirect and direct ways, it showed up anyway, especially with the artist and development aspect where I had to reclaim that back. And I was just like, maybe we're not as in line as I thought. So I'm also understanding that many things sometimes are trial and error. Like, hey, I choose this, but today, no, I don't want to go like that. And be okay with saying that because it's just like I'm still not seeing that ebb and flow. Because what I do know when I'm working in my thing, like that thing, that who you are, it's very easy. Yes, it comes with maybe challenges or minor things. It becomes very easy. It will be effortless. And that's what I saw Saturday. It was effortless. Okay, because we're right where we need to be. Everybody's in their skill set. Everybody is doing and demonstrating what it is that they are a part of this whole thing. So very appreciative. So I got to play and I was a little girl. I was like, oh, my little girl is happy. Sometimes, guys, you'll hear me talk about my little girls. It's the internal experience, my little girl, catering to her. So
and your set designer, she just go into character. And her little girl.
I love Jay. Oh, that girl is amazing.
She goes into character. I say, look at here.
And that's the thing. All these people that showed up, including y'all, that y'all come with many skills. Like Jay Renee is not just a thrifting queen. She has a vegan platform. She is also a poet. She is a dynamic.
I didn't know she was a poet. Night of Expressions, Miss Lady.
I know, right?
You didn't tell me that.
Okay, well, I will show everything. Just here. Jay Renee is amazing. Miss Brittany is amazing. Go check her out. Makeup by Brittany. Now I don't want to mess up her. I think it's her last name. Lenice. Lencse, and I still might be. So anyway. Follow Denell Porche. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I even have my own website where I just was told that I need to update.
You do.
Yeah. But you will find the participants that was there for that day, and you can go follow them. So please go follow them because I do believe like we're like an up and coming thing. It's a theme that's there. So yeah.
So after we finish that video and that's released, what's next?
I have no idea. I don't know.
That's okay.
I have no idea.
It will come.
I definitely would love what would be the word? I know Kyan got some music. I'm waiting on his music. But just working with someone that I can really create an album that is influenced by poetry and song, and where it can actually come with a book. That was kind of laid down. So again, I am creating stories to where it helps people support people in their healing. So and have fun with it. So yeah, that's what I'm looking. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
I like that.
Okay, yes. I got something.
Yes.
It's parts and pieces. So,
That's
yeah.
all right. It will come.
Yeah.
It will come. Yes.
I know, right? So
We
yeah,
got
that's
you
what I'm
back.
trusting. I know y'all do. So
Yes.
it's amazing. It's amazing what tools and people come when you just surrender. So that's what I'm learning as well.
Mhm. And then trust yourself. That's be my best
Self-trust.
feedback for you.
Okay.
Trust you.
Trust me.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be
I
all
get
right.
it.
Trust
Totally.
you.
What about you, Kyan? Give me one.
You want what?
Give me a feedback. You know, a girl's down for some feedback,
Keep
suggestion,
going.
critique. Keep going. All right.
Don't stop.
Don't
Keep going.
Oh, listen
No
to
matter
them
what somebody
naysayers,
say.
even the ones in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them. Keep it moving.
Tell them they keep on talking, you don't shoot their kneecaps out.
Blue. Go away.
Kneecaps.
Go away.
Shoot them in the kneecaps.
Yeah.
And the elbows so they be stuck like this.
Oh God.
Walk straight all out.
They gonna just be looking weird. Oh. But they'll be authentic.
Authentically fucked up.
And let's move on.
Okay.
All right. Did you know this segment we will celebrate and acknowledge African American and their contributions to making this country great? February is Black History Month, but we celebrate Black History Month on our show every week. So today we celebrate the life of Melvin Van Peebles. He is the father of Mario Van Peebles. So Melvin was born August 21st, 1932, and passed away on Wednesday. So Melvin was an actor, filmmaker, playwright, and novelist and composer. He worked as an active filmmaker well into the 2000s. His best known work where he created and starred was his film Sweetback's Badass Song. It was made in 1971 and considered one of the earliest and best regarded examples of Black exploitation. Then his son, Mario, remade the movie in 2003. So Melvin has had a long career in the entertainment business. One of his most memorable and iconic roles, at least for me, was in Boomerang. You remember he was the editor. He was the one that was saying he was drooling over the nipple.
I do remember that. Oh my God.
And of course, in the movie Posse. Yes.
Yo.
So today, Melvin Van Peebles, we salute you for your contributions to making this country great. Rest in peace. Yeah, we lost another one.
Yeah. And that, I feel like they're just going left and right. I said, come back.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, so with Posse, how about I probably would have been a hole in that whole clan? Because I was like, they are all cute.
You said a hoe?
A hoe. Yes. I would have been a hoe. In that hole in their tribe. I'd have been like, yes. Hello. Yes. Hi. Wonderful. They were all cute. That whole posse was cute. I was like, and all assortment of guys. So please forgive me, Kaya. Close your ears. Close your ears. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I see no evil.
I'd have been a straight hoe. Yes. I'd have been like, oh yes.
All right, we're moving on. All right, back in the day. So my back in the day is Boomerang. So this movie will always be a classic. So it was released back in 1992, and I can still watch it like it just came out yesterday. And the soundtrack, classics like Love Should Have Brought You Home, that's Tony Braxton. Tonight Is Right is going to be right by Aaron Hall and Charlie Wilson. Give You My Heart, Babyface and Tony Braxton. I'll Die Without You, that was performed by PM Dawn. So that was my back in the day. Now, where the hell is PM Dawn?
Girl.
Now that was a dope group.
It was. They were very relaxing and calm.
Yes. And it's just hip hop itself, but just calm.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. I
That
hope
was a
they're
dope
well,
group.
though. They
I forgot
were.
all about them when I was like, oh man, I forgot about Ken Dog.
Do you know how many dope groups are actually out there in like
Back
the early?
then, yeah.
I was like, what is happening? Y'all. Okay.
Well, nowadays, you ain't got no groups. And if you got a groups, they got 1 or 2 hot songs, and
That's
they
it.
gone.
You're not a whole soundtrack. That whole soundtrack was slamming.
Yeah.
So let me
Above
ask.
the Rim was a nice soundtrack too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what movie today do you think you can watch 10 plus years from now? If it just came out, like what would be a today's movie comparable to a Boomerang?
Black Panther.
Ooh, I can see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because at first I couldn't think. It's like,
We seen that movie 4 times before we can personally buy the DVD.
Y'all saw that thing 4 times?
About 4 times in theater each time.
Yeah, because we
on.
did an event where we had to see it.
Okay.
And what was
We did
2
three events because you and Ladora did the one time.
But we didn't see the. Did we see the movie?
I don't know.
I don't think we seen the movie.
Okay.
We did an event, red carpet. It was a lot of folks in there doing talking about Black Panther. They was in there attire and all kind of crap. And I had a broke foot, but I was out there with that camera.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, we did a event at Marvin's. What's that theater right by the house on the Vista?
Now we did that with African American. What's that? AABJ.
Yeah, and we was filming that.
And we watched. And we watched it then.
And everything. They had the Black Panther costume there. They had not Killmonger, but what was the other guy that he was going against when it first came on? The bigger guy that actually helped them in the end.
Oh, that's my boo bear.
The dog. I guess it wasn't like the kids folks with dogs.
No, not dogs. They were gorillas.
Oh, okay, them too.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. They bust a whole lot of kids in there to watch the movie, and we got a chance to watch the movie again. So I mean, I think we did like 3 events, and then personally went 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I see why y'all are talking about. I'm trying to think which one today. And I recently with my brother, shout out to Dub and Tanea, my brother and sister. I saw Candyman with them.
I'm not doing that.
What? Y'all are missing a treat. Like, I know they put off like the scary thing, but it's actually more suspenseful than scary. But I would watch that over and over again because of the, okay, I might butcher this word, cinematography. Would that be the word?
Yeah.
Yo, that man is brilliant. That dude is brilliant. Like the way that he pieced it together, the way that he told the story, and then the message behind the story. I hope that people go see that, and it don't matter the race. Like I hope it becomes a household name, because I was just like, this is amazing. Like the message after it.
I might consider it, but I don't do scary movies.
Right. It has, like I said, it has like the scary element, but it's more suspense. But there's a very clear message in it. And I was just like, yo, you was a bad MF, yo. I was just like, I like his style. I'd be like, I would kind of like to do a movie just because of who he is as a person. So, in the way that he delivers his stories. So,
okay, I would consider it.
Okay.
I would consider
I knew. See? Put a little sprinkle of Denell on there.
Yeah, I consider it.
Another one that might be somewhat like a classic is Transformers.
Yeah, because I watched Transformers twice yesterday.
Did you?
Just yesterday.
But which one? The first, the second?
The first
one.
one.
Yeah, the first one, the second was cool. I don't know about. I was questioning that third one. So if I can.
And even the one with what's his name? From it, what was that? NSYNC. What was that? The dude. I mean, he used to star in it. He used to be. What's that part of that boy? No, was it NSYNC? It was one of them boy bands back in the day.
98 Degrees. I don't know.
The one that stars in Shooter.
I can't.
Never mind. But he was in one of the last ones, and it just didn't. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the first two, maybe the third one has been cool. But
Yeah, after
definitely
that
first one, yo. Yeah, I can see that being
That's the same thing with Fast and Furious. After you did so many of them, it's dying off.
They're
Nah,
up to 9, right? Aren't they
I
up
haven't
to
seen the
9?
last.
One.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to see that one. So I'm still a Fast and Furious. Now I would say the best one for me was the one where they went to Brazil. That's my favorite one.
And see, I can't even comment on those because they lost me at the first one. It was just so many coming out, I could not keep up. So I'm the type of person, if you wait too long, I'm gonna fall. It's like even with these series that they have now. They came up with the whole mini season finale and stop in between. I done fell off so many series because I'm just like, you paused it to prolong it.
Mhm.
Don't do that. Like end it and then we come back and I can remember. But yeah, anyway. But it's like they making money off of them.
Oh yeah,
Like,
big
Buku,
money.
yeah.
Big money.
Gone in 60 seconds. That's another.
Oh, yes.
That was good,
That
but
cage
that's still
dude.
not gonna be on my top though. Ain't
That's
gonna,
not your top.
but it would be on the list.
It's
I
up
get
there somewhere.
it would be on the list, but it's just not my top.
Do you know I can't recall no movie, and I know I've seen some movies right now, but Candyman was the most recent. I can't recall all the movies I've seen the last year. So
The last one I guess we saw was Respect, and yeah, it's okay.
tell me more about the okay, because I thought it was both of them, the series. Because I heard mixed reviews with the series, or I don't know.
They went in on that father on that series, boy.
It was fun. Okay,
they was exposing him.
Now they did well, and I was
they
like,
exposed him.
but there was a theme, right? Because I saw the one with Jennifer Hudson and then what's her name, Erivo.
Mm-hmm.
To me, phenomenal singers, both of them in their own lane. Like can't even. I'm like, how can y'all say this is bad? But then I could see where people having challenges the one at the series because they did air a little bit more. But in the Jennifer Hudson one, they alluded to what he was doing.
They did.
They just filled in the blanks in the series. That's what I felt. I was just like, I assumed that he wasn't what we have in whole consciousness.
Think
what
a
a
pastor
should be.
Yep.
Because I'm just like, and it has to be given context too. Like if we know African American history, where gospel came from, where the blues came from, they actually overlay. So for me to see him in that manner, I would not. I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the root of music, the blues, stuff like that, gospel, they kind of there was an over a little bit.
It was good, but I guess what Love's Got to Do with It, I would pick that one. If I had to do the two, the one about Tina Turner, I would pick that one first. I mean, it was cool, it was good, but it wasn't one that like, oh, I got to see that again. It was like, oh, okay, it was good. And then I saw the series too, so which went into more detail,
right?
But then there was so much controversy talking about, they lied and all this other stuff, but neither here nor there. The film was done really good. Now the series, what I liked about it is how they helped you to determine the past versus the future, because the past they kept like in a black and white, and then they gradually went into a color. Yeah. I said, oh, that's nice.
That is dope. And I don't know, working with y'all too, sidebar. So I'm about to do a sidebar moment. I didn't know how much like the production aspect, how much how should I say, like capturing the different scenes, how much time it takes.
Takes a lot of time.
I didn't know this. I'm just like,
that much video takes your whole day.
Yo, that blew me away last night. I was like, I'm glad I hired 12 hours. Because I said if I would have did 8, you get what I'm saying? So anyway, that's a sidebar. I don't know. I thought both movies was good. I would watch it again.
If it comes on, there's nothing else on, I will watch it. Not saying that I didn't like it.
Right.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was just cool.
Yeah. But what was the other movie you said? Not the other one.
What's Love Got to Do with It?
What's Love Got to Do with It?
With Angela Bassett.
Right.
Maybe it was talking about Angela Bassett too. So
okay,
but
she's
she's
that
a beast.
Now, here's my sidebar moment on that. Did we not know that, or at the end of it all, where it was just like somewhere she actually knew who that guy was? like as a person, like seeing. So for me, I like to look at the whole picture because we got the whole story from her perspective. Not saying, but I was just like, upon her being introduced to this guy, was there a form of abuse before her entering into that relationship?
You talking about Ike?
Yeah.
With her,
You get what I'm saying? Like,
she had abandonment issues. That was her thing.
correct.
Because her mother left her.
Right.
And then her thing with him is like, I would never leave you. So she's always looking back like how she was done. And she didn't want to move that forward in somebody else's.
Gotcha.
She would never do it to somebody else. So that was one of the caveats for her staying, even though he was whooping the shit out of her.
Man, it looked like he got the worst damn whooping when they was in that damn limo.
Let me tell
she
you.
whooped his ass.
He got to work because he dead and she's thriving.
Right? Even though she did she do a goodbye come last year? Like she was complete, did like a tour, like around the
I don't know
world?
if it's a tour, but they did a documentary. It's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Because she actually still hates talking about it.
Well, because she was like, I thought I would be complete in talking about this. Like once
I lived it, so I don't
want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Like I gave you everything that I could possibly give you on what happened, so I'm complete.
Yeah,
I get that.
So that's one of my few movies that I was just almost like a documentary, type that I would watch over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I used to like The Bronx Tale, but that's like early 90s. That is my movie. I will sit like I've never seen it before. It's about a
that's in the same time frame as Boomerang.
Okay.
So.
I love that movie. It will stop me. I will stop in my tracks and sit down.
The Bourne series, except for that Bourne Legacy.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yeah, everyone with the original Jason Bourne.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All righty. Well, we are at our last one. Ready? Here we go.
All right.
All right, this is our last segment. And in this segment, I give my thoughts on things that are on my mind, and I just need to blow that shit out.
That is so cute. Oh, yeah.
All right, complainers, please get a life. Every time something goes wrong, and it's always somebody else's fault, you need to check your truth. If you have to beg for people to be around you, you need to check your truth. If you come to an event with an attitude, mad because it's not you, one, stay your ass at home, then check your truth. So as your president of the Real Ass People Society, do not get sucked into or entertain their misery. All they want is attention. Unless they are doing something to improve their situation, the best thing you can do is suggest them to get help and walk away from that quicksand of misery. One of the best quotes from a movie is from The Equalizer with Denzel Washington. If you don't like your world, change your world. So God bless you and these United States of America. I am your president of the Real Ass People Society.
I love her.
See on that stuff too much drinking.
I feel you on that though.
Yeah, I get tired of them naysayers, them complaining. But I would say sometimes it gives me that motivation. It gives me that extra because I think I motivate me because I need to do. I have that need in me to do the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
But them ones that just always, okay. Let me show you.
Fix your damn face.
Let me show you. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a real reason to be.
I love that. Do that again. Do that one more time.
You know the ones that be sitting there like, that bitch.
I can't stand that. The one thing I do not like is gossip, and the one thing I can't stand is complainers. It is like sandpaper to me.
That's why I said quicksand of misery.
Yeah, you will slightly, if you want to see Denell go quickly, fast, and go in a poof of smoke, it would be those things because I would politely walk away. I'll get quiet and just walk away because it's too much access right now. Very too much access to create things. And if you're not in your way, because again, Denell knows about being in her own way, But at the end of the day, Denell gonna make it happen. She gonna find out.
Yes.
And yeah.
You got to make your own. If you don't like your world, change it. I don't have nothing to do with that. All that. It's like, I don't have time for that. Because I'll be quick like, okay, so what are you going to do to rectify this?
Oh, see, at least you ask a question. I may ask it one time, maybe
it
twice.
Depends on the person.
After that, it'll be like you will see the remnants of a smoke that once was Denell just gone. You're gonna be like, where'd Denell go?
Some of those people, they just want somebody just to listen to them. So I was like, I give you that 5-10 minutes, but they're like, okay, so what's your answer?
Yeah,
because you always have a choice.
It's not only choice,
always have a choice.
But all these fancy phones now. I had one. Let me give you an example. It was a guy that I was dating. God bless him. The mother of his child. And she was asking for him to do something. And I'm like, she's always on her phone. And I said, and how come she can't do it? Who is always on the phone? She can't find out her questions. That's a pet peeve, especially we got these little miniature computers. And I'm just like, and you can't do it for yourself?
Google's your friend.
Pet peeve of mine. Go be an active participant in your life. Don't just be passive. So it's one thing to be doing and being, and then it's just like you have done enough. You can't do no more. I mean, at some point you have to be still or at pause until something else comes. But the other thing, just don't be active at all. I can't do it.
So that is my blow that shit out. So, Mr. Denell, you have any final thoughts for DJ Talent that closes out?
Oh, go be great. Whoever's listening to this, go be great. Somebody is waiting on you to be your authentic self. So go to that. And that's all I got. Come join me. Come rock with me. Come be a part of my platform. And let's inspire each other together. So thank you so much, Teresa and Kind, for just even being here. It's been a blast.
Good. All right, DJ Talent, deal with your spiel.
All right, I'm gonna do my spiel, but again, Ms. Denell, how can they get in contact with you?
Okay, everything Denell Porche, DENELL PORCHE. You will find me. Everything, Denell Porche.
All right, Miss Entertainment. Oh, so she is something.
Oh, she just got quiet. I've never heard Teresa quiet. That blew my mind.
Me either.
Oh, you don't have to read it because sometimes I forget. At MIZZENTATL.
Okay. But since she throwing shit up there, she got mine up there too. So check that out, because normally that O and that 0 is always messed up now. It's DJ Talented 1. The 1 is spelled with a 0, not an O. On Instagram. You see how I do that now?
I ain't got no words for that.
See, sometimes you have to do other symbols and letters and stuff like that because somebody else got the name.
Yeah, or
you don't want to get nobody else mixed up now.
Something else.
Look, hold on.
That's the rationale.
Look at me.
Something else.
But yeah, this has been another great show of The Real,
The Raw,
and
the motherfucking rugged.
Check us out on Saturdays at noon on YouTube on The Real Raw Rugged Show. And also check us out. We may have do some little snippets and stuff on Instagram and all that good stuff. And we do also shoot this to Facebook as well. So if you want to check it out on Facebook, check that out. 12 noon on Saturdays. Replays Friday at 6 p.m. All right? All right. So we are out of here. Real Raw Rugged.
Check you next Saturday. Here we go.
We give you the real, like you popping a red pill. Ain't no time for acting, it's like camera action. Real life is a script, real talk is what it is. Enlighten your 6 senses, back at it again. Until you can't filter it, it's raw. Uncut, no chase, give it